I shake that out. Yes. Okay, we're live. It's 11:52. 11:52. Because once you put the titles up, it automatically starts. Once I edit the titles, it automatically starts. Yes. I usually play music on the radio until done, but they're on. Yeah, hold on, let me connect the radio. Okay, let me play a song. Go on the app and see if I'm connected. Yeah, good morning. Thank you for calling Olenco Fashion Boutique. How may I help you today? The fourth, what's your name? Okay, okay, your order is about to ship out by the end of next week, okay? Yeah, we have a lot of people ordering that same thing and we're out of it in our main warehouse, so it's getting processed through our international warehouse, and that's where everything gets manufactured on the spot. Yeah, so we would like to apologize for that inconvenience, but we assure you that it's going to ship out next week. And we appreciate you for being patient, Miss Garrett. Thank you and have a lovely rest of your day, and thank you for selecting Olenco Fashion Boutique. Thank you. Take care. Bye. Who said that was for you?
So you were lying when you say finish it.
No, that's done, but I was going to try and get something out of it. That burned my finger last night. That means it's done. And I don't know what's controlling the volume. Step on that. What's controlling the music?
You just tell me say you're live, right?
What's controlling the music? The computer's supposed to be controlling the music, but it's not controlling. What's going on?
good day, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon. Welcome, welcome, one and all. Welcome, one and all, to another podcast. I just want to be free. You're joining us today on OBC Radio. We want to say shout out to all the listeners on OBC Radio station and to all the viewers on OBC Radio YouTube channel, OBC Radio Facebook page. This episode you can listen to us live on if you go to obcradio.com. You can tune in to our live podcast or whatever is playing on the radio. We want to say shout out to all those who are on Instagram live tuning in. It's another blessed day, and I'm pleased to be here. My co-host is here, sitting beside me in studio, Perry Ramirez. I don't know.
Hi, my name is Perry Ramirez. I am doing fun today. My favorite word, fun. I'm doing fun today, y'all. It's another lovely day outside. We're gonna go out later. Perry, before work.
Okay, and today's topic is what subject should be teach in school and why?
They need to teach more economics and financial literacy, so you won't be like me, a young adult, and don't know what you're doing, pretty much, because New York ain't teach me that. So let's make me another great example for today, like I was yesterday with the topic of weed and smoking. So I'm gonna be another example today because our government effed up once again. Because for example, in the state of Florida, the governor just passed to teach kids about financial literacy in high school. However, in New York, we don't learn anything like that. We don't learn anything about stocks. We don't learn anything on how to grow your stocks, how to get into stocks. There was mad people in my high school class that graduated and went into stocks and is making more money than me now. Wow. They didn't teach us how to build our credit either. I had to unfortunately like date someone 3 times my age just to learn that because my parents didn't teach me that either. Okay, let's see what else do I have to throw out there because I'm Miss Shade, Petty Shade today. Yeah, just about that. The government really doesn't care about us. They don't really care about our education really too much. They just want us to be in education to pretty much pay them. Like they just want us in debt so that they can get money from us. That's the whole reason why I feel like the government puts us in education. Like, yeah, look at it like this: the government makes public school free. Okay, you go all the way up to high school for free, but college isn't free. Yes, you can get college for free, but most of the time you can't just walk into college and it be free 99. You got to do a lot of stuff. So if your education all the way up to high school is free, and they don't teach you in high school how to do stocks, how to build your credit, how to buy a house, what you need to buy a house, what you need to buy an apartment, like the simple aspects of what you need in life. How the hell are these people in high school that graduate are really supposed to survive out here? And don't say, oh, this is the reason why you go to college. Now, not everybody can afford college. So you're telling me that you must go to college in order to know how to buy a house, in order to do taxes, in order to how to do stocks and all that? I feel like that's a bit much.
Well, shout out to DJ Sniper and everyone that's on the live on Instagram. Shout out to all those who are listening on OBC Radio. As we said, today's topic, it's financial literacy. What subject should be, we're running up around financial literacy, and what subject you believe should be teach in school and why.
I don't think why, just financial literacy in general. That's the
I
topic. We want financial literacy to be in school.
Yeah, but you have other. I said what subject? Because you have other subjects such as real estate, which I think should be a subject that should be taught in school. I mean, credit comes under financial literacy and stuff like home
So you mean
economics.
teach better? You mean start teaching majors in school, in high school? Start giving kids majors because real estate that goes under. That's not really taught in high school. It's like a college thing. It's like a major.
Yes,
Like
but if if you start teaching it in, I believe it should be start in high school and not just college, because what high school is where you start to like figure out what you're gonna do in the near future to come. So I think it should be a place where it starts in college, in high school and not college, as in getting them prepared for college.
High school really doesn't really get you prepared for college because remember each college is different. Because I went to a high school that was in the Bronx and they really didn't have all those like programs and all those resources like those kids in Manhattan get and those rich places around the city high schools. So I would say honestly, even though I was in a college program, I was still not ready for my third and fourth year of college. Like I was not ready. Like comparing colleges and high schools, there needs to be one standardized thing that we all learn because when my high school taught me, I was not ready for college. And that little college thing that they put us in, that was a bit too easy. But when I went to college, it was way harder than what they put us through. They holded our hand way too much.
Is it a situation where you weren't ready, or is it
A
a
lot of other
situation
people
where
also said they didn't feel ready either. They felt like the high school we went to babied us and made things really easy.
the high school you feel like the
They
high
held
school?
our hand too much. Like everything was at our fingertips to ask for resources, but when you really go to college, you're all on your own. There's nobody to help you. You got to do everything for yourself. A lot of the times, the situations that got fixed in high school so easy, when you're on your own, they don't get fixed so easily.
So you're thinking they should start in other words, what you're saying, if I'm getting correctly, they should start in high school showing what's to come in college.
College and it actually be like what you experience because, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, I would say they could do that with the last 2 years in high school. Seven, you go seven, eight, nine grade.
9, 10, 11, 12.
Okay, well here you have up to 12.
9, 10,
Well,
11, 12 starts at ninth.
I would say seven, eight,
Seventh
nine.
grade is middle school. High school is ninth grade to 12th grade. We're talking about high school, it's from ninth grade to 12.
Oh well,
Those four
here it's
years.
different, so that's a confusion with me because so here the middle school goes stop at what age?
Eighth grade.
Eighth grade.
That's ages 12 to 13. Ninth grade is 13 or 14, usually enter in ninth grade. You graduate high school at the age of either 17 or 18 and 12th grade.
At high school.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm think you leave high
High school
school
17, 18,
and what grade you start high school?
ninth.
Nine. So I think the first so you spend like 3 years in high school, 4 years in high
Wait,
school,
9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, three.
3 years. So I think the first 2 years should be, as you said, spoon feeding, but the final year should be preparation for what you're gonna expect in college. So instead of getting everything and out on a paper and show you hand to mouth how it
Y'all
goes,
have to
it
understand, New
should be
York
a
was backwards. They only cared about the standardized testing. They only cared about getting you ready to take a test to get into school. They didn't care about anything else. So we can sit here and talk about how things are different in Florida and other states, but where I came from, I'm a proven statistics and embodiment of what system, when the system isn't set up right, you can either prosper or you can either fail. The system wasn't set up right for me, and right now I'm currently failing because COVID happened and I couldn't get my resources I needed to really accomplish my college major. So I'm part of the 2021 um college graduation statistics that has no job, and I'm gonna forever hold a grudge on that and forever be mad at that because you're telling me
and
I broke
just to piggyback on what you said, when he says he's failing in his major,
career.
in his career major.
I'm a
And
psychology
when he
major.
said not having a job in his career major.
It's just like if you really compare how like things are changing for the better now, they don't really want standardized testing. They're getting rid of the SAT around the country. They're getting rid of all these standardized testing that really don't do anything because they're figuring out it don't help you. And I'm just like, we were saying that when we were in it that it didn't help us, and other states were saying it, but New York never wanted to move off it. And then, the whole pandemic happened, and then I was on top of my college game, making sure I had everything. But the one thing I needed the most in order to fulfill my career in psychology was to get experience with either a professor or a doctor. So to be very honest, the government is only here for money. I have nothing other to say. My college experience was crap. My college experience was not good. It's still affecting me to this day. I have people that graduated the same class as me, the same school as me, different majors that have no job, have no experience, don't know where they're going. I have nothing good to say on this part other than that financial literacy needs to be taught in high school, and the high schools and the education system of that state need to really make sure that the kids are learning, and whatever they do that isn't standardized testing, if it's a portfolio, if it's based off of your test, if it's based off of your project grades, it has to be another way other than, oh, you just take a test. And like, I had to take, like, even though my SAT score wasn't used for me to get into college, and I got into college because I was in a dual program and I graduated from associates from high school, and all they needed was to look at my associates and transfer me over. I was still forced to study for a test that was never used for me. And my whole high and after I took the SAT score and everything, everybody in your grade starts asking you what grade you got, and they start competing with against you, and they start bashing you because you don't got a high score and this and that. A lot of things that this government does, a lot of things that the education system does, is just set up to either come at you or bash you, or to make you broke and take your money if you don't play the game right and get scholarships and get sponsors and get all this. For to be honest, if some children can push themselves, a
What
lot
I've
of kids
noticed, what
have
I've
other things that causes them not to be able to push themselves. What happens if your mom is the only parent and she has three, four siblings, and then you have to take care of those siblings? How are you supposed to maintain a job to help your mom and take care of those siblings? And at the same time, how are you supposed to study and write essays and do all this stuff to get into? You're gonna be burnt out.
what I've noticed, a lot of students from school comes out with the same saying. Call it, stuff that they teach you in school, when you're out in the workforce, it's not really needed. The things them that are needed, they don't teach in school. And this is what this podcast is around about today. Just Dimples 42 on Instagram said in some states you can start taking college credits in junior year
Those are AP
of
classes. Those aren't
for high school's
actually
classes.
college
Yeah, but that's
classes.
not the issue that we're talking about. He said, yes, Perry, I do believe frantically classes do need to start in high school. Or financially classes do need to start in
AP
high school.
classes are classes that are like college classes. Yes, they give you the college credit, but you're
The-
still not sitting down in the college setting and getting the college credit like if you're on a college transcript. I was on a college setting in a college transcript with all of that. I didn't have AP college classes. I had official college CUNY university classes. Not no AP thing where you got to take an AP test. I was in a legit college class in a legit City of New York University. And when I tell you that community college was nothing like the 4 year college I went to, that community college, the professors will hold your hand. You tell those professors, I need an extension. They have you. You ask for extra credit. The professors have you. When I went to a 4 year college, those professors don't care if you sick. They don't care if you have kids. They don't care if you cannot do the work. You're not getting no extra credit. Extra credit is not given. If you don't do the work, then fail my class. I don't care.
But you see, college kind of build you into the
Being responsible.
workforce as a, yes, as in being responsible, but being responsible in what? Doing what?
I guess making deadlines.
It's good teaching someone to be responsible, but it should be more like stuff like home economics. I don't think stuff like home economics should be taken out of school.
Like how to cook certain little things, like
Yes,
how to chop up veggies, or like how to boil an egg, how to make an egg, or like how to like cook a chicken or something correctly, or like come on now, like
it's even as simple. Home economics fall under tidying up your environment. I mean, these are stuff that
a
curriculums that
lot.
should be teaching in school. A lot of parents, we can't even say parents because a lot of us are just humans who go to humans and have kids. And there's a lot of people out there who have these kids and really don't know nothing about parenting. There's no um measures of how you deal with it. You just go as it as times there. A lot of us parents working hand to mouth. They have to get up, make sure they go out. They can't be there to like put in 100% of parenting on the child. So that's why in a child lifespan, the child spend more time in school than with the parents.
And that's
So
beneficial, and that's also
it
not
would be
beneficial to
really
the kid.
beneficial if they teach stuff like home economics, even stuff like spreading the bed.
They're getting rid of standardized testings in many states because they feel like standardized testing doesn't do anything, and I feel like it doesn't do anything. And we had this conversation in high school that all standardized testing doing and test taking does is make you study what you need to know so you get the test right and you pass the test. And then after that, you forget it because it's just like you only cared about getting the good grade. So I honestly feel like this whole education system, you may say, oh, they give you AP classes or they give you actual college classes, however you may be, it don't matter because it's still standardized testing. And it doesn't matter if your education gets pushed 2 years early like mine did, and you get this whole associates when you graduate high school and all this, it still doesn't help you because, like I said, what I experienced during high school with the dual program was not what I realized when I was in college all by myself. The high school helps you when it's with the college. When the high school does a dual program and you have the high school sending you to the college and you get your whole transcript and all that, if you have an issue with the college, you speak to the high school. The high school speaks to the person in charge of the high school college department and go from there. In college, when you're really in college, okay, I spoke to my advisor. My advisor tells me, hey, it's either this or that, or you just get over it. It's either or. And it's like when you're in the high school, any problem you had,
Look at the
it gets
topic at the
solved.
top.
So it's just like financial literacy really needs to be in school because this whole thing of preparing everybody to take a test to get into college and to just take a test just to like get in somewhere in life, I feel like it was never beneficial. Other people who research it say it's not beneficial.
And just for those who are listening on YouTube or Facebook or all those other platforms, if you want to call in to participate and share your opinion, the number to do so is 1-800-944-2166. Again, that's 1-800-944-2166. Yes, we're here talking about subjects that should be taught in school and the reason why. The governor down here in Florida did a very admirable thing where he put in a bill, so it's now a law where financial literacy has to be taught in school. And I believe it's elementary,
High school.
high school down here in Florida, and that's good. That's something that's overdue. And they may come at this governor a lot, but he has been a very good governor. I'm not gonna
He needs
lie.
to run for president.
He has, yes.
I'll vote him in real quick.
He has been a very good governor, even with the COVID cases and how we deal with it. He trust me, I must commend that DeSantis. And financial literature is something that's really long overdue in school. Kids should be, as as a pupil, you should be coming out of school knowing how to do real estate, how to deal with your taxes, what is credit, how you gain credit, how you deal with your bills, paying your bills on time, what time they're supposed to be paid. All those things supposed to round up the different credit score, the three different credit bureau, and all the others that fall under the umbrella of the three different credit bureau. These are things and curriculum that I believe that should be taught in school, and we really commend the Governor DeSantis for doing so in Florida. A lot of other states need to start following, and other countries.
Remember, a lot of kids don't like taking tests, and a lot of kids you see running the streets and like doing drug and all that. A lot of them don't want to sit down and take them tests and really care about them tests and don't want to do their work. So if the school finds a better way, like they're doing down here, to get rid of standardized testings like our governor did, make sure the kids are doing their work so that their portfolio and things get checked off so that they can go into the next grade is good. Because to be honest, kids want to do stuff that's interactive with group works, not only with classmates and all that. Not only just that, it pertains to life. Because most of the time when I was in school, kids be like, how does algebra 2 and trigonometry, y equal mx plus b square, all this bullshit? all this explains to us going to the supermarket and buying. And you know what the teachers would really say? The teachers really be there like, so with y equals mx plus b, the slope is the constant, something is being like charged at, the constant of something. So like if you go to the supermarket and they will really find some way to put it into it, but it's honestly like, bro, I'm not gonna be in the supermarket writing out on a piece of paper y equals mx plus b. So I got 4 apples times, I think I think we're gonna times it by let's say 4 plus the y-intercept b, which is let's say 5 in this context, will give me the sum amount of total of how much all my apples will cost. Like who is doing that? Okay, it says one apple is $1.02, a bag of 6 apples is $6.99. Okay, you want 6 apples for $6.99, or do you want one apple for 102 or 30, or however much being, you just buy 6 of those apples and times it by 10 something. Like
What
I
they're doing,
I
they offer
get it,
these
but
kids
no.
credit card and not offering them the importance of
Oh
using
yes, honey, because
exactly.
they
As you
offered
come out
me
of school,
one
they
real
give you this
quick.
credit card with $2,000 limit. Now a grown ass individual that's out there, an adult, they will start them with a $500 uh
Credit
credit
limit.
limit. But a young child that just coming from school who know they didn't then have never teach them anything about credit, how to build your credit, how to grow your credit, they take them and give them a $2,000 credit limit. Now this is the only reason why they do that is to keep you in debt and broke here. Because guess what? A child coming out of school now, they're naive and they love spend.
Not even
Okay?
that. Your college is expensive. Your textbooks is $200-300. You gotta buy textbooks and supplies.
Also they give you these
Credit
stuff to
card to
to
make you in
pay
debt to pay off your
pay if
school,
this.
because okay, you treat yourself to those things, right? And you have your job and all that. Yeah, you can max out your credit card on your own personal needs and pay it off however you want. But you get the credit card once you graduate out of high school. They like, oh, you're 17, 18. Oh, you can apply for your credit card. You know, here's this, you get your limit. But once you out of high school, most people go to college.
Yeah,
Most
but
people,
what they do, the system, the reason why they give those credit cards to you, because remember, it's when you leave in school they give you. When they don't care about you paying off the fee. In fact, they hate people that pay the bill and pay it on time. The credit bureau, I can guarantee you this, and this is factual news. The credit bureau despise people who pay the bill on time. So if you're coming out of school, it is in the best interest to push you on to with a credit card of $2,000, because guess what? They have already know the system and know how a child coming from a young adolescent brain works. Because what a young adolescent is gonna be doing now,
adolescent,
oh, spending,
yeah, spending,
palaving, partying,
yes.
going out, swiping the card, and they're not working. There's no money to pay it back. So they what? They're left in debt, and they report them to these bureau, and they put a thing on them 7 years. There, mash the credit up, and this is what the system builds for. This is what it's built for. The entire school system need to be changed. The curriculum they're teaching in school, when you leave school, you don't need them. When you're out in this big world, y plus z equal x take away minus blue plus d. What? Where in the world you need
Wait,
that?
hold on. The square root of a number. Remember, we gotta take the square root of an apple now. Remember.
Where in the world we need these things in the workforce?
Remember the
Especially
Pythagorean
when
theory. The Pythagorean theory. Remember the Pythagoras
Shade
theorem?
Bless on Instagram said,
Mm-hmm.
especially when they weren't used to that large amount of money. Exactly, and this is what the system does. It sets you up to fail, to put you in debt.
They make you go to college. That puts you in debt first.
Because look at it. Your parents may be well off, or your guardian may be well off for you to bring you through college. So what they're doing now, you leave college. They make it the point of duty to give you a credit card with a $2,000 limit.
Oh,
For
yes.
what? So the child can go and mess up. That's the only reason why they give it. Because the parent may already cover the school thing. Everybody maybe not, and parents haven't taken out this big loan or so. They pay the money little as it come by for do the classes. So you know when you finish in school, you're free, you're set free. So they put the child now in debt by giving them a credit card. not teaching them how to use a credit card. It's like I've been in England and I went into a store to purchase contact lens. When I went to purchase those lens, I couldn't leave the store with those lens until I knew how to take them out of the stuff, properly install them in my eye, and remove them back from out of my eye in front of the person who was selling them before they sold it. Here in America, they don't care. They just give it them, go do what you want to do. They teach you the proper way. You got to wash your hand, make sure your hand is clean, and when you finish wash your hand, this is how you take it out. You do it, they show you example, and you have to sit there and do it, put it in yourself and they see it before they sell it.
Why
So
guys
they
take
give a
someone to
service.
America?
So it's just like now, if you're leaving school, you're in school, and they're gonna give you a credit card. How you giving somebody a credit card not knowing about credit, not teaching them about debt, not teaching them about financial literacy?
So they could be like me, period, unaware about it, period. To be like me, because honestly, I ain't learned about credit until I already applied for the thing and got the credit card. I was like, oh, so this is how you really use it? I'm like, okay. And like the same year I had to do taxes for the first time was the same year I learned how to do taxes, and I still don't even know how to really do taxes. And I'd be looking at Orlando like, bro, am I bugging out? Or is the IRS gonna come and audit me? Because I'm like so lost on how to really do these shit right still. And like, it's
Is this
so
the
annoying.
J Kingdom or somebody using it?
No, I think it's he changed his
Oh,
profile.
oh.
Yeah, what's up?
So we're here with J Kingdom on Instagram Live. He wanted to share his
We're
thoughts.
talking about how the system is messing us up.
All right. So, I mean, you can blame the school system places. It's really parents should be teaching kids how to use credit. All right. So, like my daughter, she's 10, right? And I have full custody of my daughter. But my daughter, she's on my credit card.
Mhm.
Why? Because I'm building her credit early. So when she's 18, ready to graduate and out the house, you know what I'm saying? Now she gets good credit. Now she understands credit. I give her cash. Any money that she finds on the floor, my daughter, she gets to keep it. And she puts it away in her piggy bank. And I never make her use her money. And I just make her put it away, put it away, put it away. My daughter is one of the tightest savers now. She hides her money. She does it well, you know. But it's really up to parents to teach kids on credit, how to use credit, what credit really means. Um, you know, how the buying power of credit versus cash. It's not really the
Exactly.
school system, it's our parents who should really be teaching us these things. And like, when I was younger my parents didn't teach me these things, but now they know and now they instill it in me more, even though as a grown man today. You can't really blame the government. You can't really blame the school system. The only people you can blame is your parents because it's a
I beg
generational
to
thing.
I beg to differ. On reason being, we are not here to lead ourselves. We put in government in place to do stuff like this. And if you look back at the history, Jay, you have a point in what you're saying, but if you look back on the history, how the parents gonna teach something that they themselves don't know about? They wasn't taught it.
But it's a generational thing.
And it's a hold on the J. It's a generational thing because the school that was set in place for stuff like these did not do the work. You put the government in place to do stuff like this.
You can't say it didn't do its work. Look at the rich Caucasian people in America today. You know what the thing is with the African American community, they don't share the wealth. But in the Caucasian community, they share the wealth. They give it for free. They do all these different things. You know what I'm saying?
But you know the wealth. Come on, you know that the wealth was set for our colored people not to be a part of it.
Well, guess what? Now is the time for colored people to sit at the table and be a part of it. You know what I'm saying?
And this is what that's what bring conversations like these.
Yeah. Last year was the best year of my life. I made $250,000 last year. You understand?
The government
So
is not
therefore,
doing so as the parents has to do it now. Why do they have school? Why wouldn't the parents wait? Why do Lexi Beauty said, why do they have school? Why wouldn't be the parent to why wouldn't the parent teach the kids about education? Answer that sound dumb.
well,
So I guess
Oh.
what she's saying are some typical errors there. She's saying, okay, if it is that what's happening now?
So listen, I understand what she's saying though, right? Well, that's the difference between public school and private school, right? Public school, they have their set curriculum for what they want you to teach. I took my daughter out of public school and I put her in private school. Why? Not just a private.
The topic is and what we're discussing here today is that the school system, we do believe that the school system is going about. The governor down here in Florida is getting it right, and he see that it was needed. Where financial literacy should be in school teaching for stuff like these. Are you saying that it is not up to the government and the school to teach these things, and it's up to the parents slowly?
It's not free. You think it's going to be taught in the black communities? Hell no. They're going to put that in the Caucasian community because you guess what? Not only are the black communities failing down in Florida, there's some low life Caucasian people failing down in Florida. They make these. Look at what else is in that bill. There's probably hidden agendas in that bill. You know what I'm saying? And you really have to look at that whole bill to understand it because let me tell
I
you what
think
the government
wait,
did.
I think that's where we need to get away from. You hear that? You hear what you just said? No, the government the governor down in Florida passed financial literacy in school, and hear what you are thinking, the mind frame that you have yourself in. I don't think that's gonna be teaching in the black school. It's only for the Caucasian school. No, it's not. It's for school and period. And we are saying these are things that should be teaching in school. Just like how Alexis said it perfect. Are you saying that because we have parents, it is up to the parents that should be teaching the kids education and not the government?
The Bible doesn't say government train up a child. It says it's talking to the parents to train up a child in the way they should go and
The
think.
Bible also said they put the heads of government over who oversees the country and we must obey.
Did the government have you? Now, if you were a government child, hey, maybe they should, but still, there's still responsibility for the parents. You know what I'm saying? And if parents don't want to take responsibility, well then they should stop having kids. That's what I believe. You know what I'm saying? Because it is my duty to make sure that my daughter is successful. I can't rely on the school system to teach my daughter right from wrong.
So why
I
you
can't.
send you why okay, let me ask you a question. Do you send your child to school?
I send my daughter. I paid for my daughter to go to private school. Yes.
Why okay, whether private school or public school is school. We're talking about school. We're not
Yes.
affair
But
sometimes we're
there's
not
there's
affair swing
there's a
because
difference
not
in
every
academics.
okay, hold not everybody can afford private school. So we don't have to swing in that.
No, but there's grants for people to go to private school. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm
Not
saying.
everybody get the grant. We're
Oh,
talking about majority. You're talking about a few people here, Jeremy. We're talking about the majorities.
great.
No, majority of the people, because it's like what you're saying is it's not up to the government to teach our pupils about credit. It's the parent. No, there is a system that has been in place set to fail us. And we grow and realize that. So now we're saying that the system has been failing us and we realize that and we know how it has failed us. We send our kids to school, spend all these hundreds and thousands of dollars for them to get an education. Send them through college. When they finish, they're sitting down, can't get a job, and they left in debt. Why? Because the system set that way to fail. So we see those stuff and we're trying to correct it. Which one of the ways I commend Governor DeSantis for putting in a bill that said financial literacy has to be taught in school. That should be doing right across the board. But it surprised me now that you're saying, which is your opinion still, that you're saying that it's not up to the government to teach our kids about taxes. It's it's us, the parent.
Florida's a red state, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so I grew up in Kentucky. A black man growing up in the middle of, racism, right? And I see your comment there, Lexus. I'll address that in a few because that's not what it is. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is now is what I said was for African Americans. Now is the time to get the seat at the table because now racism, everything has been brought to light, and they're offering African American people jobs they would have never offered them before. That's what I'm saying. But back to this. So in red states, they don't particularly do anything for the African American folks, right? They usually do what's best for them and what's going to make the rich get richer and the poor continue to get poorer. You understand that?
Well,
So, and that's always been a red state of mind, and that's why I can always say, I grew up in a red state, and it wasn't for me.
but every state, Kentucky is Kentucky, Florida is Florida.
Right.
Kentucky may be red, but Florida is a different red. Because you got to understand, down in Florida, in Kentucky, they don't have a lot of black people down in Kentucky.
But
The population is small. Down here, there's a bigger population of black people that running things down here, including people that aren't considered white.
yeah, but you have
The Cubans run Florida, the Spanish run Florida,
what is the government
and it's a red state.
what is the government agenda for the rich to get rich
And the poor to stay poor. Now you have quite a few.
That is the Republican way. So
Yeah.
do you think that they would rather so the Democrats introduced a tax bill, right, to put more taxes on the Republicans, and then all of a sudden after I'm not either one of the parties, I'm just letting you know.
No, let's not talk about the because we're not here to talk about the Democrats or the Republican. We're here speaking about the facts that the system has failed our pupils. And when I say pupils, I'm speaking about students for those who don't understand the terminology of pupils. The system has failed our pupils drastically. It has been proven over and over. Now we have seen we have seen where the system has failed us. Drastically, that's people graduate and with the doctorate and PhDs and all these different bachelors, masters, and still sitting down can't find a job.
You don't know
Something is wrong with the system.
So let me tell you something like this. I don't think that I'm better than anybody else. I was a product of, I started my life off in private school. My parents put me in private school. Then they took me out and I graduated from a public school. So I went to both educations. You understand me? So I had to grind for what I had. So for you to come on here and try to class me, you got fucked up. Lexus Beauty. You was on live this morning and you was flexing all that fucking cash that you had in your hand. So don't come on me and try to tell me that I'm better than this, better than that, because you was this morning, you was on a live trying to go at Allie about how much cash you had and blah blah blah. So don't come at me like that. You understand
Well,
me?
we're sharing our opinions here. We're sharing our opinions here. We understand
Yeah,
with
but I'm a product of both environments. And so I chose private school because I grew up in both. And I thought that the best education for me
was in private school.
Because you gotta pay for it.
And a lot and guess what?
so I
everybody know it's not lie.
Private school's better
Private
because you gotta
school
pay
is you
for
get
it.
a better education, and
I
the
learned better in private
teachers
school.
sit with you more than public school.
Yup, they
But guess what?
did.
You have to pay for it, and not everybody is blessed
I miss
enough.
private school.
But there are different type of public schools for your children to go to now. Now they have free schools where you can register your kid to go out of the city you live in to a STEM school. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
we
saying?
know all
They're
we
all
again, Jeremy. Those things we know. But the fact is, all these schools and what they're doing, they're going about it wrong, and that's what we're talking about. Because you can't tell me all these things that they teach in school. Tell me one thing that they taught you in school that you're utilizing right now in the workforce.
Reading and writing. Period.
Excel spreadsheets.
You know the reading and writing. You don't learn reading and writing in school. Your parents teach you to read and write before you go to school.
Essay writing.
In computer class, I did not pay attention to Excel spreadsheets. You know, and
Mhm.
for my first 4 or 5 years, I struggled with Excel and accounting. Accounting 101, I struggled with that. You know what I'm saying? But now, going and then going to college, and then I'm still learning Excel to this day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's one thing that I should have paid more attention to in accounting when I was in accounting and learning how to do basic spreadsheets and then or building a spreadsheet.
Hold on, Jeremy. Let me ask about the question again. I didn't say what you lost out on. I said, tell me one thing that you have learned in school that you're utilizing right now. It's important in the workforce right now.
Basic accounting. Basic accounting.
Basic accounting. You didn't learn that. You say you didn't learn that in school. You missed out on it.
No, I wish I would have paid more attention because I did not pay more attention. Like you can use there's so many basic accounting using my
Okay, so if you didn't pay much attention to it, how is it assisting you now? Because that's the question I asked.
how's it assisting me?
Yes, something that you learned in school, and it's assisted. You're utilizing it right now because everything they teach in school, they don't need it out in the workforce. And what we're saying, the stuff that needed to be taught in school, like real estate, you can't tell me say the parent need to teach your kids about real estate. No, you have a government and the school system, an education system that will pay tax for those to implement. And it's what we want, we supposed to get because we are the people and we put them in place to work.
So the thing that I use the most
Mhm.
is speech. So English, punctuation, all those things. Because guess what? When I write job announcements or when I have to write like different types of proposals or different
In
things like
school, come on now, man. Come on. Your parents teach you that. Don't play games now. Your parents will slap you in your place if you speak out of terms and speak out of line before you go in school. Your parents instill these things in you.
your parents talk about structure of sentence.
Structure what?
English teachers do that. How to structure a sentence.
How to
and
structure a
grammar.
sentence.
Punctuation. School teaches that.
You teach it.
From my parents, I learned that in school.
Yes, your parents teach you the basic of it, but the school tells you in depth on
Enhance,
it.
right. So you can't just say that's not a school character.
Hold on, let me see if my little sister's still on the live. My little sister was just on the live. Let me see. She'll tell you, like my dad was in the military, so he was always gone. My mom was always at work. I got majority of my education.
Social study. They teach stuff like social study, science, language arts, phonics.
They don't teach phonics. That's private school. Public school got rid of phonics. It's too expensive.
All these stuff. What's needed? What we're saying is stuff like real estate, financial literature. Where when you leave in school, one should know what is credit. No, you ask. I have a live the other day, and I'm talking about credit, and grown-ass people asking me, "No credit where you buy, you trust something from some." No, and we are grown people, and it's not to make fun because we don't know about it. Those things weren't taught, so we can't say, "Oh no, we must depend on somebody that do not know it to teach us." Thank God for those who can catch on, like myself and like you, who can pass it on to your loved ones. But we have a system that we pay tax. We have an educational system that we pay taxes, for our government to teach our pupils. And we are saying that some of these curriculums, which the Governor DeSantis here in Florida get it right and put it out, other states and other countries should be doing the very same thing. If you look around at the...
Let me ask you the question. Who do you think would be a better teacher to teach our people? You or the government?
The government. if it wasn't, hold on. Because the parent, let me tell you why. You ask why, let me tell you why. The parent do not have enough time to spend and teach with the child because guess what? The parent is the breadwinner. And in a child lifespan, if you check the facts and the history, a child spend more time with their friends and the teacher in school than with the parent in the lifespan. It's not meant to be a babysitter, but it's there to teach. Are you saying then we shouldn't have no school?
Hold on, we have to have school because it is said that if the children are sent to school, the parent could go to jail. ACS gets involved. So technically, we're in school, so y'all don't go
You
to jail.
have to, exactly.
And a school official also told me that my assistant principal was like that.
If you don't send your daughter to school, they arrest you.
Or no, if you could do homeschool, that also works. She could be homeschooled.
Do you know that states have a program now to where they will pay parents to educate their children in the home?
Yes, but Jeremy, I know who I'm talking to. We just had a live few days ago where you don't even have time for run your own business. Don't come tell me that you're gonna sit with your child and have time for her.
That's semantics right there. Because I work during the day. So while my daughter's at school, I work during the day. So while I'm working, while I'm making my salary to put towards my business, I'm working. So during the daytime, I don't have time to like do all the strenuous.
And in the nighttime you won't have it either because you have to sleep to get up in the morning.
Jermaine, one thing you don't know about me, Jermaine, is I'm a single father. And my girl on the line, and she be on the phone with me. When I'm off of work, guess what I do? I sit down, I go over my daughter. I tell her where she's wrong. I tell her what to do, what's right, what's wrong. I do all those things, Jermaine, because I'm a single father. I don't got no bitch here. I don't got no wife. I don't got no baby mama to help me raise my daughter. It's me and my own daughter. I got custody of my own daughter, Jermaine. So don't tell me that I don't have time because I got hella time for my baby. My baby don't go out. She makes straight A's, and I help her do everything. Build science projects, do anything. I do, and guess what? I stay up all night.
Your daughter, hold on. Your daughter lives with you?
Yes, my daughter's 10 years old, and I got full custody of my daughter.
Yeah, having full custody. I'm saying she lives with you?
She lives in my home. I take her to school every morning. I pick her up in the evening.
Who else is there with you? Who else is there?
Nobody, just me and my daughter. My mom lives 15 miles away, but nobody. It's me.
Oh, Tamira is here.
Yeah.
Well, guess what, Jay? Jeremy, compliments. We take our hats off to you. 1 in a million. We are speaking of majority. And not because, hold on, Jeremy. What you, no, I was just gonna say, I wasn't gonna use the word bitter, but I was gonna use the word cocky. Not because you in 1 in a million you get a few dollars recently, and because you can afford and set yourself in certain way to do certain things. Majority don't have it. And we're saying we have a system implement, and it's very, it's nagging to me that it's like what I'm getting from you. You're saying the school system as it is okay, and we shouldn't be teaching financial literature in school. It's the parents should be doing it.
I'm not. Listen, it is okay. So the school curriculum is set, right? If you want better, you gotta be able to do better. Jermaine, 5 years ago, let me tell you, 10 years ago, Jermaine, when I got out of the army, I didn't have a pot to piss in. You understand? So I had to work my way up and educate myself and do what I needed to do. You know what I'm saying? Because I wanted better. Because 10 years ago, that's when I had my.
Tamara, nobody taking him a great dad from him. Nobody taking that. We're not here questioning his.
So like Jermaine, I feel like if people wanted better, they would do better. You wanted better for yourself, so you wouldn't did what? You did better for yourself. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. But it would, if the, no, but in all fairness, okay, let's stay on the point of we went out and did better for ourselves. And again, not everyone have that drive to do better for themselves. But hold on now. No, wait, no. Let me ask you this, Jeremy. Jeremy, let me ask you this. The fact that you and I went out and did better for ourselves, we didn't sit down and wait on the government. We went out and did better for ourselves. Don't you see something wrong with it, or you can look at others and said, come on, If I'd gotten that assistant, I wouldn't have to go out and push so hard and do certain things where I was to do and make certain ends meet or so. Sometimes it's just the blessing of God upon us too. Real talk. Sometimes none of us do. It's just the blessing of God upon us. Somebody there pray for us long time and with blessings come later on in our life. But we have to look at the majority of people around us. Because if, hold on, Jay. If me and you do better for ourselves, and you and I out there teach me teaching my son, me teaching my partner the things that we know, you teaching your little girls the things that you know, for better of yourself. Don't you think it would be much better, because it's gonna be a situation now when me teach my son and you teach your daughter and the majority out there don't know nothing else. It's gonna be a problem for my son and your daughter. And what we are saying, that majority of us don't have the things, and because majority of us, the system set away that you have to go out to work and come back and pay bills, take care of it, and you have to take care of your kid, especially as a single parent, which men, I commend you as a single father. You don't find that much. But you have many single parents out there, they have to just go out, work. When they come in, them tired, them not even can put on food for them, and them still have to make it, let ends meet. Put food on the pot, make the kids them eat, and then bathe, go back to sleep, wake up the next morning, back at it again. And it's a round the clock thing. So the education system, if the education system is set in place and we're paying tax, I really believe it's a good thing for stuff like home economics back in school. With home economics in school, it assists you, the parent. Because sometimes the kids, I don't know if you know this, the kid listen to others more than how they listen to you, because when they're hearing it from you all the time, they think, oh, you're just coming at you. When they hear a different voice, it's really reckon.
See, that's the thing, Jermaine. I believe that when you're teaching your child, you have to get on their level. You know what I'm saying? When my daughter want to act silly, I might think it's above me to act silly.
No, you got to, no, that's true. And I used to do that with my niece and nephews. You have to go down to the, yeah, you have to step down to them, because if they believe that you're more, let they can wrap around you, let they can talk to you.
My daughter likes to TikTok. I'll do TikTok dances with her. You know what I'm saying? I'll do whatever it is that I need to do to make sure that my daughter is, that, hey, listen, I couldn't talk to my parents about everything, but listen, something goes on, if you have a question, there's no such thing as a dumb question.
Mm-hmm.
As a grown man, let me tell you what my mother told me.
Just a sec. We have 5 minutes at the top of the hour. I don't want to leave anybody off. Lexi Beauty said, woman been doing this for years by themselves, so you don't get a candy or no, he does, because the fact that woman has been doing it for, the fact that it's woman who was known to be doing this, so the fact that you have a father doing it, it's a step up. We commend them that. I have a 10-year-old and I am a single mother too. I give him the privilege, especially education, but I must say not everyone can afford to do that for the sake of the, yes, for the sake of the caller.
There are so many free things to be able to learn.
Hey, Carl.
A parent needs to have to want to break the generational curse. I feel like, you know what I'm saying? And if you want to break the generational curse, there's all these centers around that teach parents now about.
Okay, hold just a sec, Jeremy. I like what's going on here. We have 4 minutes to the top of the hour. We only have an hour for do this podcast, and I like this topic. We're gonna continue back on this topic tomorrow. Financial literacy, because it have a lot of debate and have a lot of people giving their feedback. I really appreciate it. Remember, this segment is sponsored to you by Olankwan Fashion Boutique, where you get your male, female, and kids apparel. You can check out the website at www.olanquan.com or give a call at 1-800-944-2166 or WhatsApp at the very said number.
1-800-944-2166.
Yeah. So let me just run through some things that people were saying on Instagram.
Look. On Tuesdays, all these little business things that happen. I don't charge for information, and if Jermaine's in there, they don't charge for the information. When you guys get on the Vacuum lives and the mix-up lives, you guys give them all the streams and stuff like that. But when we're talking about business and how to develop yourself, the
Yes.
giving people pointers on there.
And,
There's only 7 to 12 people in there.
right.
But if you want the free stuff, don't go into the Bachelor Man lives where they got mix-ups and all this other stuff going. Get in where you fit in and get in these business lives.
And this way you learn stuff because you may learn something. It can't be about drama. And these are things where you can. I'm always on the live, sir. Just Dimples, I know the name. I know my students, them.
Yeah, I seen it. I
We
seen
know
her. I
Chris,
seen
Chrissy
everybody.
White is another one.
Well, I'm just saying
Amazing
everybody
one.
else. I'm saying you said there's limited resources, but I don't charge for information. You can hit my inbox with any business question. I will give you an answer if I have it. If I don't, I'll go to somebody and get an answer for you. You know what I'm saying? But I don't.
Okay,
I
hang
don't.
up.
I will share my information with anybody. Anyone.
We're gonna continue about this podcast tomorrow at noon. So prepare for it at noon. Lexi says, see that name of your business, that's their business. Your business is to make sure that they get information. If they don't want to come for the information, it's still not your business doing. Lexi coming. Lexi coming.
If they want to learn about business, if they want to learn about credit, if they want to learn about financial literacy, to join these lives. It's an educational thing. Go fuck yourself, Lexi.
No, 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 we're not doing that. We're not doing that. Remember, we're on. Remember, we're on the.
You can come on my live, bitch, and I can
Remember, we're on. We have 2 minutes on the platform. We're on. No, we don't have to go out like that. We don't have to go out like that. It's OBC Radio. Download the app in your Google Play Store. Follow us on all platform OBC
No mix up,
Radio.
please.
We are available in Alexa Play Store, and within a few days we'll be available in the Apple Play Store. It's OBC Radio, the podcast. I just wanna be free. Second chances for the forgotten voices. I just wanna be me. I just wanna be free. Thank you for tuning in.
How may I help you today? Okay, hang up again.
Read the record. Stop the live and finish.
Okay,